if you put your name in there, then I can make sure that you're going to get credit for this first meeting. And also, if you have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat box as well, and we'll try to get to them as we go along. Otherwise, we'll have a Q&A time at the end of the meeting. We'll be able to answer your questions then. Okay. Should we get the next slide? So this is our list of provisional members this year. There's 22 of you total, mostly in incoming 7th grades. We have a couple of incoming 8th and one other one in I think 9th. So I wanted to start with introductions, and my name is Lisa Orup-Smith, and I'm VP Provisionals. Kristen Glenn is my co, and she'll introduce herself later when she comes to talk. I've been in NCL for 3.5 years ever since it started. Our chapter started in 2018, the Seattle Metro chapter. I think we're the 246th chapter in the United States. And I served as a liaison for Aegis Living for a couple of years, and I was on the board last year as a co, and this year as VP Provisionals. I have 2 daughters in NCL. My eldest is Kira, and she's a sophomore at Holy Names. And I have an 8th grader, Karina, who will be, who's at St. Anne right now and be going to Seattle Prep in the fall. And so I thought maybe we could just go down the list to make it easy and start with Lorelei and have her introduce herself and tell us your daughter's name and what school she's in and grade she's in, and we'll just go down the list.
Lorelei Heisler, was just texting my husband to tell him to not turn the power off because they're doing remodel, and I said, please don't do that right now. I have a 7th grade daughter, Sloan, at Villa Academy.
Great. Christy, is she here?
Christy Grove?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you are.
Here. Hi. I have Blakely Grove, who is a 7th grader at St. Joe's.
Welcome. Shannon here. I don't know if she was going to be able to make it. So we could go to Jenny. I don't think Shannon's going to be able to make it. Is Jenny here?
I'm Jenny. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Jenny Oswald, and this is my daughter Janie. They don't need to be here right now, it looks like.
You know what? They are welcome to, but this was mainly for the moms, and then there'll be a TikToker, or for your daughters, there'll be a welcome meeting for them coming up soon. So it's not necessary.
Okay. So This is Janie, and she is in 6th grade currently at ASB.
Okay. Paige?
Yeah. Hi. My name is Paige Curley, and I have a 6th grader, Reese Curley, that's at Villa Academy as well.
And Erin, I know she was here earlier.
I'm here.
There she is.
My 10-year-old was trying to set me up, so I don't even know if y'all can see me. I have Joel Snyder, and she is at Forest Ridge, 6th grade, and then Sumner, who is in 4th grade at Villa.
And Christine?
Hi, I have Annalise Craybat. She's currently in 6th grade at Jane Addams Middle School.
Great. And Shannon Murphy. I don't think Shannon's coming. Kim? She was going to be here. Are you here, Kim? Maybe not yet. Jenny Taylor?
I'm Jenny Taylor, and my daughter is Murray, and she is in 6th grade at St. Joe's.
Great. And Kara?
Hello. My daughter is McKenna, and she is in 6th grade at King's.
Nice. Allie?
Hi, I'm Allie Ruckers, and I have Lucy in 6th grade at Bush.
Awesome. Nikki?
Hi. I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm Nikki Putnam, and I have a 6th grader, Stella Putnam, at Bush.
Great. And Keisha?
Hi, everyone. I'm Keisha Stark, and I have a 6th grader, Olivia, currently at St. Joe's.
Awesome. Melissa?
Hi, I'm Melissa Blair, and my daughter Tegan Blair is a sixth grader at ASB, and I also have an eighth grader going to Blanchette next year.
Awesome. And Debbie's, I don't think she's here, and Kate's not here. There are a couple of sporting events going on, and I don't think, unless if I missed you here. Amanda?
Hi guys, my name is Amanda Rubel, and I have a daughter Marin who's in sixth grade at St. Joe's.
Great. Mandy?
Hi, I'm Mandy Gant, and I've got a daughter named Phoebe who's in sixth grade at Seattle Academy.
Beth?
Hi, I'm Beth, and I have a daughter, Ella, who is in sixth grade at St. Joe's.
Awesome. And Joy? Is Joy here? Maybe not yet. Okay. Well, great. Welcome. Welcome to all of you. So we'll get started in telling you a little bit about what to expect for NCL and what the experience will be like. We have 3-pillar programming, as you can see here. There's community service, leadership development, and cultural experiences. And like me, you probably joined NCL to do philanthropy work with your daughter. And while that really sets us apart from other organizations, we also have these other opportunities for development in terms of their leadership and their experience with cultural exposure. And so under the cultural experiences, that kind of is peppered through the whole NCL organization from, we have guest speakers at our meetings. We also doing the one-on-one philanthropy work that we do. And at the end of the year, we have an annual tea. In addition, your daughters, each class will have a theme-centered focus for the year, which can be music and musical theater, art, food, that sort of thing. Under leadership development, this is a unique opportunity for the girls as well, and for us. It gives us a chance as moms to set examples for the girls and challenge and grow our leadership skills. And then they will do the same. Each of their classes has a board, similar to what our board is, with a president, a VP of philanthropy. They'll have a VP of programming and that sort of thing. And so they'll really grow their leadership skills through their 6 years of NCL, which is pretty awesome. Next slide. So this slide just goes through some of the code names we have. Patroness is the mom member, so you all are patronesses. Your daughter is a TikToker. And you are provisional patronesses, which means your provisional is your first year. And the only thing that sets you apart really as a provisional is that you're a non-voting member. Other than that, you won't really see any difference, but you're called provisionals. And you're active after you've completed the first year of membership. You'll hear the word GLA, and that refers to your grade level advisor, your TikToker's grade level advisor. It's kind of like a room parent, and they help guide the kids through their meetings and activities that they plan through the year. And our calendar year is June 1st through May 31st. So that means for you is that your credits, your meeting credits, your philanthropy hours need to be completed by May 31st. And then the new year starts on the 1st. Let's see. Oh, I'd like to introduce Julie. Julie is our president. She's here on the call, and she's going to talk about our board and how we're structured. And Julie was part of our founding members of NCL. She's done a lot of work trying to get us off the ground and to make us, what we are today. So she's amazing. So Julie, are you here?
That's very sweet of you, Lisa. Thank you. You're always so warm. Welcome, everybody. We're so excited to have you join us. This is a remarkable year. I know that this is probably unlike any year any of us have experienced. And so we're really excited about your girls and you as patronesses joining our organization and kind of being our new freshman class, if you will. We are, as you can see on this slide, we have a very active group of moms who have stepped into leadership for our chapter. We have a president-elect, so Amy Olson will be our president next year. And we have almost all of our VPs in a co-shared relationship, so that they can tag team and really provide a lot of programming for our chapter. We are, like Lisa mentioned, we're entering into this sort of kind of getting out of the toddler phase, if you will, and we're sort of this out of the formation phase, and we have systems in place, and we're really excited. I'm personally excited for this new year, and just try to kind of offer more of the in-person opportunities at the nonprofits that we serve, all of our philanthropy partners. I know Palin Carroll, who is one of our co-VPs of philanthropy, who will speak about that later during this call. But it's exciting to be, looking at hopefulness, like with hope, and crossing a lot of fingers that we'll be able to have more of the in-person. And certainly we've discovered that we can do a lot from home as well. So we'll get into that later. But at any rate, welcome. And if you have any questions about the board structure, please do. You can put your questions into the chat. We'll be monitoring the chat and getting responses out. And then, we can go from there. So Lisa, did you want me to speak anything directly about patroness jobs or at this point, or did you want to just?
I think what's important is also the VP patroness, and the VP TikTokers who will lead their kids and their GLAs, their roles. But other than that, I think that that's good.
Oh, if you want, do you want me to elaborate a little bit about those positions?
Yeah, if you want it. Well, that the patronesses will organize meetings for us and that sort of thing, right? And
yes. So part of the new jargon that you're learning, the new vocabulary with NCL, patronesses are the moms. And so there are programs and speakers and meetings just for us moms. And then there's kind of the partner, the parallel, that the world that the TikTokers also have, your daughters. And so there are board positions, Heather and Amy, who will help guide the TikTokers at each grade level. We have leadership within the grade they're called grade level advisors, so GLAs for short. And they're essentially moms who raise their hand and kind of take the lead on helping the TikTokers run their class meetings and help them guide, through the year, through activities, and maybe the class wants to do something. I know that you all are being invited to do as a provisional class, the beach cleanup. And so that's happening in early June. And so that would be an example of where they might get some board support from the VP of TikTokers, who might be helping the GLAs or, that class kind of launch some of its fun activities for the year. So
thanks, Julie. Yeah.
And then I'll speak a little bit about this, Lisa, too, if you wanted me to hear about our board structure. So our chapter is a lot like a co-op, right? You will sort of roll up our sleeves and everyone takes on a job. I know that this is kind of hard to read at times, but let's see, I'm just gonna minimize this here. So for instance, I can take so each board member has a group of moms, or a list of responsibilities that fall under sort of forming her committee. And so under, for instance, VP of Communications, we have website content, social media, photographer, and newsletter. And if that's something, if you really like to work in that space, we're launching a new model this year. It's by committee. So we're going to have people, each of you will sign up for a committee. And then that committee, let's say there's 4 of you on VP Communications. Each of you can then meet as a committee and really kind of play to your strengths and kind of take on which responsibility. Let's say somebody's, wants to take over the Instagram account for our chapter. That would fall under social media. And so that's something you would sign up for. But what's great about this is that you get to work together as a team and in conjunction with our VP Communications, our co-VPs of communication. So the slide prior where we showed you sort of who is stepped up into our leadership, each of those individuals will then have a team working with them, and you'd be part of that team. So we're really excited for that. Prior to that, we had worked with a different paradigm, and we think that this is going to, we're excited to launch this one for this year. So you'll be getting a sign up genius that'll have basically we wanted to invite you to have first dibs on certain positions, and then the rest of our patroness groups from older years will backfill whatever openings there are. So there's an opportunity here to also be working with patronesses such as yourself, but just in the older grades. So that's kind of fun too, because you get to meet other people from the chapter that way.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Julie.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so this slide goes over our obligations as members of NCL. And I know it can be daunting, but it's really not that much. I mean, we have, as patronesses, as moms, we have 10 philanthropy hours that we need to do a year and attend 5 meetings, and this will account for one of them. So that it's not that hard to accrue. We do require everyone attend the T in the senior recognition at the end of the year. And we do, like Julie was talking about, we do expect that everyone takes on a role, either a chapter job or a committee member. When you first join now, I would recommend doing a committee member. It's just less intimidating, and you can meet a lot of people that way. But there is an expectation that at some point in the 6 years that you're a member, that you take on a leadership role for 1 year. So that can be a board role, it could be a GLA, or you can also be a philanthropy liaison. Excuse me. You'll notice that the TikTokers have a little bit different meeting requirements than you, and they have one more grade level meeting, one more meeting requirement than we do as moms. And also the years, the 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, their requirements are a little different, so make note of that. The league hours for the TikTokers we don't have league hours, they do. And league hours are the time they spend at the meetings, and also the time that they prepare for any event or activity, or time they spent in their class job position. That accounts for their league hours. So again, as Julie was saying, this year was different because of COVID, and our requirements were waived. So I don't know what will happen this upcoming year, but we'll keep you posted on that. We'll see how it goes. Everyone just did what they can and what they felt comfortable doing. So like Julie was saying, we'll let you guys have first dibs on signing up for jobs, and we recommend, jumping in as a committee member, but there are other things that you might have interest in doing as well. And we'll have a list coming out, a survey genius coming out to you guys in a few weeks. And you can also share a job. I think Julie was talking about that. So a lot of moms will share a leadership role or a job, and it makes it a little bit more manageable. But we all want you to feel supported, and really you are supported in this organization for any position that you want to take on. And and it's a great way to connect with people as well, right? The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. And so it's a great way to feel connected to the community. And I wanted to give a shout out because we already have 4 GLAs for your class this year. 4 moms have volunteered to lead your daughters, and I wanted to recognize them: Debbie Dries, Ann Felton, Mandy Gant, and Nikki Putnam. So we're just so appreciative of you guys jumping in and taking on that role. And I want you to know that you'll be supported and guided along the whole way by our VP of TikTokers, Amy Olison and Heather Murch. And they'll be reaching out to you and helping guide you along. So you're not alone. Next slide. I think that might be, oh, okay. So meetings, just the way you get meetings, there are patroness meetings, which is for the moms. Then we have chapter meetings, and those happen probably quarterly. I would wager to tell you, I think it's about 4 times a year. We have patroness and TikTokers there, all of us together. And sometimes we center that around a philanthropy at Christmas time. You can see there we were at Ruby Room and we decorated stockings and filled them up. This past year we were at the University Food Bank, and it was a really great event. So usually at Christmas time, we try to combine a philanthropy as well at the chapter meeting. The grade level meetings were for TikTokers only. And then there'll be a few provisional meetings like this one today. And if we do, I'm hoping to do a happy hour in August, and you would get a meeting credit for that and any other time that we plan to meet. So, and as I said, the tea and the senior recognition, which is super fun, is mandatory. And this year they did a drive-through. It was really fun and special, and they really set a high bar for our next one. It was a great event. I think Paylin, our VP Philanthropy, will speak a little bit about our philanthropy. We usually do like a philanthropy fair, and so we haven't been able to do that because of COVID the last couple of years. So this will give you a flavor of our philanthropy partners that we have. One of our TikTokers created this really fun video. So do you want to go ahead, I guess?
Mr. Here, I wanted to say a couple things. I know that we're going through this very hard pandemic right now, but I wanted to say keep up your good work and keep practicing even though you can't practice with your teammates, and to keep persevering through this pandemic, and most of all, to have fun.
Hi, I'm Lucia, and I wanted to thank you for inspiring me to stay strong during this time. Also, congratulations on the Special Olympics, and I wanted to let you know that you are amazing.
Lisa, would you like me to just go into it?
Yeah. So Paylin is our VP of Philanthropy, and she's going to speak a little bit about our 10 philanthropy partners that we support and a little bit more about that, right? Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Paylin Carroll, and I am a NCL lifer. My daughter is Campbell, and she is currently in 9th grade. We started with the chapter as a founding member 3 years ago. So you guys are the 4th grouping joining our particular chapter. So welcome. My daughter she only had really one other friend that joined in her class. So as I was listening to some of you, you and your daughter may not know many people in your particular class or in the chapter. So big gold star for you. If you ask my daughter the reason why she's part of NCL, she'll say, my mom made me. And now in 9th grade, she reflects back and goes, wow, like it's been such a positive experience for her. She's currently finishing up a great year at Holy Names Academy. And her hours that she accrues through NCL also counts towards her high school service hours. So I think most of you guys have sixth graders now. So through your NCL years, your daughters will be headed to high school, dances, hopefully again, driving, things like that. And those things factor into how some useful skill sets for our chapter. We have our juniors and seniors that are driving for our philanthropies, which are, the next step for you ladies, you moms. Julie and I have been co-VP of philanthropy this past year. And then she's rolling up to be president, and I am taking on a new Her name is Terry Franklin, who has served as the philanthropy liaison for Birthday Dreams. Philanthropy liaison is our members who are designated point people for each of the philanthropies. So the mission of NCL really is to have mothers and daughters in service together in the community, and to also be able to meet other mothers and daughters with the same type of passion to make an impact in our community. Right now we're having this wonderful provisional orientation for you guys. Take this month of May to really start learning about our chapter, our national umbrella, NCL Inc. We as a board is transitioning into having closure with our 2020-21 board members, and we'll have a retreat soon for our 21-22. And then come June, let's get going. You guys will start with the beach cleanup or the Gasworks Park cleanup, which is, I think, the first weekend of June. And then this summer, we're hoping to do another month of Create with Purpose, is something that we put in place last year when we started having COVID shutdown. And Lisa had told me one of your questions is, what do you guys do with COVID times and COVID restrictions? And that was a big question that Julie and I had to just address last year, because really, as mother-daughter teams, we want to have in-person engagement. That's part of the reason why we joined NCL. And, it was challenging. And many of the philanthropies had locked the doors and said they couldn't use volunteers. But I am so proud of our chapter. We have stepped up. This past summer, we delivered more paper flowers than the Rose Bowl, parade. It was incredible the amount of flowers that we delivered to Ages Living, which is a senior living facility. We serve 3 locations, one in Queen Anne, one Madison, and one in Shoreline. Then come fall, we have an intro. We'll have the Fall Philanthropy Fair. We're hoping to have it hopefully in person, but who knows? And we will pivot like we pivoted last year. Winter last year for us looked like it was something that we're like, okay, how do we do something together as a group? And we picked University District Food Bank, and we were able, in the course of 2.5 weeks, generate 500 hygiene kits and 500 warmth in a bag winter accessories, hats, gloves, things like that. And TikTokers took initiatives of canvassing their neighbors, friends, family to provide these goods. And then we met at U District Food Bank. We divided into 2 shifts and we assembled all 1,000 kits in one day. And boy, talk about amazing effort. That was really homegrown. And then come spring, we just had the tea and we had the Ronald McDonald, a drive for the Ronald McDonald House for activity books and kits. And people were super generous and creative. And actually the effort allowed them a walk down memory lane of things that their kids enjoyed through the years. For me, it was American Girl dolls and Minecraft activity books. So that was super fun too. So in a normal year, we focus on in-person engagement, and specifically, we seek opportunities to engage with the philanthropy's clients. This past year has been tougher, but we still are trying to make that connection happen, just in a new way. We have all chapter activities and we have TikToker specific activities. In the younger grades, they're driven by the GLAs. In the older grades, the TikTokers start to take the lead on that. And I think that's what we all hope for, is that when they graduate from NCL, that they're feeling comfortable leading in their own community service efforts. So we currently have vetted and approved, the board has approved 10 philanthropies. I think 7 of them have been active this year with us, or we have been active with them, I should say it that way. And we also have 3 philanthropies that nationals have set up partnerships for us. And you'll see those opportunities on our NCL calendar as virtual opportunities. And then during COVID, we picked up one, thanks to Julie, with Puget Sound Keeper. And that's the organization that's providing us the cleanup kits. But we're also looking into summer kayaking waterfront cleanup opportunities. So stay tuned for that. One of the best things that you can do is educate yourself and your daughter before you volunteer. Our signups provide a good amount of information. So read through it. There's links to the philanthropy. Have conversations of what you and your daughter should be expecting through that experience. And I will say up front, not every opportunity will speak to you, and not every opportunity you might think is appropriate for you. You guys, or you and your daughters, work together and figure out what appeals to you. Do encourage them to dabble. And by senior year, maybe they're leading the effort of, hey, mom, let's do this together. One of our seniors at Blanchette organized a dress collection at her school for Ruby Room. So just think about the growth ahead of you. Super exciting times. You see on the slide, there's etiquette about arriving on time, staying off your phones, and give us, as your philanthropy liaison for that particular organization, feedback. If something didn't go well, let us know. If something was super, let us know. We want to get feedback from you. That's the only way we're going to grow as a chapter. Thank you so much to the 4 GLAs that have stepped forward to lead the 2027s. Is that right? 2027. Wow. Okay. And what we would like to do this coming year is to have, so each grade level has multiple GLAs. We'd like to really have one of you step forward to be our philanthropy team connection, so that we can connect our philanthropy liaison with the designated philanthropy specific GLA, grade level advisor, so that we can form more partnerships and have more class specific activities, and that the girls really are engaging and learning more about the organization. In our pillars, there's a program that supports all 3 pillars. So your GLAs will talk about how that is specific to your daughter's specific class. I also want to use this opportunity to encourage you to perhaps consider being a philanthropy liaison. It usually works well as a co-position. So you and a partner will be our link to the philanthropy. Another requirement would be that we have quarterly meetings as a team. And Julie and I led those meetings this year. And I think that really helped everyone feel engaged, and we cross-pollinated ideas, borrowed ideas, from each other that fit for another philanthropy. So that worked really well. All of our members get communications through our newsletter, which is quarterly. And then we have all chapter emails that go out from time to time. Do check the calendar. I know Lisa's going to go through how the calendaring works. And then the app, we encourage you to post your photos from your event. Only members can see them. So if you see through the app, there's a feed feature. That is where you would post. And then bring ideas forward. I think Lisa fed me a couple questions that that was already asked, which is, do you get credit for volunteering with other organizations? And the answer is no. We would like for you to work within our structure of having the 10 board approved philanthropies, as well as the national 3, which is the national 3 partnerships are with Kindness Campaign, Operation Gratitude, and American Heart Association. And then the other question is, can siblings join? The answer is, in general, no. We want this to be the mother-daughter organization that our mission focuses on, but on occasion, there might be opportunities such as if our philanthropy partners are in need of additional volunteers, we will put out a call for additional family members to join. And that will be very obvious of which opportunities could be open to other family members. But in general, we're a mother-daughter organization. And if you have any other questions, feel free to put it in the chat or contact me.
Thanks, Palin.
All right, well, hi, everybody. I'm Kristen Glenn, and I'm gonna just kind of talk about how to get started. And before I do, just want to introduce myself. I have a daughter. Her name is Katie, and she is in 8th grade at St. Anne's and is going to be a freshman joining her brother at University Prep this fall. Katie and I joined as part of the class of 2025. And since I've been part of NCL, my first year I was on the finance committee. This past year I was part of the nominations committee, and now for this new calendar or the new year, I'll be working with Lisa, who's our VP of Provisionals. So, it's been a ton of fun for me, and as well as my daughter and I. Like I said, we're really have made some great friendships as a result, and really had some pretty unique experiences too. So, but what I want to do today is just kind of, now that we've kind of gone through the basics of who we are, what we do in our philanthropies, is really kind of how to get started. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because I'm sure you all are especially now after a year or so of being online, everyone is way more adept at working on their computers probably even than me. So there's, I think people have mentioned already, there's 2 ways you can go out to the NCL site. You can either do it, we have an app that is actually the only way I've actually ever done it myself, or there is also a website. So if you go out to the App Store, just type in NCL and you'll see our insignia here, and you can just download that. Once you do, the app is really surprisingly user-friendly. When you first log on, or when you first open the app, what will always show up is what Palin was mentioning was this activity feed. And this is where anyone can post pictures and little things from kind of like your Facebook feed or whatnot of the different activities that are going on, and people will also post announcements, things like that. It's a great to just see what's going on. If you go over to the top left and to the menu slide, this is where you're going to see basically all of the, you can see what options are available to you. There's probably a few in here that are probably what you'll use more than others. The calendar is a really good, I'm not going to go into huge detail with any of this, but where you can see kind of at a glance of what all is going on, what you've signed up for. The calendar feed is one that you'll utilize a lot because it not only sign up for those events, and then the hours manager is also one that you'll utilize as you go through and I'll go into detail here more about how you record your hours. The hours manager is the tool that you'll use to do that. So let's see. So there is, as I mentioned before, you'll want to use, we have a little video here to show you, but this is basically how you want to RSVP for meetings and volunteer opportunities. And the reason that you want to do this is, one is that there's limited spots for each one, and so you want to make sure you have, you are able to do that, and there's opportunities available for you, and people know who all is coming. And then also it is a way for you to get credit for participating. So let's see here. I'm on this. Oh, sorry. I'm on the online version of this now, and I was on my computer first, but sorry, I don't think this is going to work. Needless to say, so but basically, with to RSVP for the meetings and the volunteer opportunities, you can go into the calendar, you can see what's available. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can go in and select yourself or your child to participate, and then all that information will show up in the calendar. And this is how you'll RSVP both for the meetings as well as the volunteer opportunities that are out there. So how to get credit for the meetings. Like I mentioned, prior to that, you're going to want to the meetings, you want to RSVP on either the app or the website. Make sure one thing, and I made this mistake when I first started, is that make sure that you're in the correct profile. It's pretty, you have the ability to select yourself or to select your daughter. And you'll just want to make sure that you identify who that person is that it's attending. As Lisa already mentioned, patroness meetings are for moms only. TikToker meetings are for daughters only. And then you'll see that chapter meetings are for both patronesses and TikTokers. And so in those cases, you'll just need to go in twice and RSVP for both of you. In addition to RSVPing on the front end, once you're at the meeting, whether it's a Zoom meeting like today or whether it's in person, is that there'll be, you'll need to sign the sign-up sheet in order to get that final credit. For the Zoom meetings, like what we've been doing, like we did at the beginning of this meeting, is have you basically sign in on the chat. And then, if the meeting is in person, we'll just have, like I said, an old school sign up sheet where you can go in and do that. And again, it's, you just make sure you do that so that you can get credit for those meetings that Lisa was telling you about earlier that are required. So since it doesn't seem like I can use we had another little video here for how to get credit for philanthropy hours, but basically, this is similar in that you just need to go out to the app. And as I mentioned before, you'll use what's called the hours manager. And the hours manager, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can just basically go in, you select your who it was that volunteered, what the how many hours you did, what the date was, what the organization was, and that way you can get credit. Unlike the meetings, the philanthropies, since those are obviously managed by by people outside of NCL, they won't have sign-in sheets or anything like that. So this is why you need to go in yourself into the hours manager and just make sure that you correctly input your hours so that you can get credit for those as well. In addition, the last thing I just wanted to mention about the website is, or the app, is that there's a ton of additional resources in here as well. If you can go in, you can access the website, which has more information about our local chapter, as well as lots of information about the national chapter. There's tons of videos that kind of talk about what is going on in each of the chapters. If you're interested and want to, or if ultimately you're part of a member of the board, or you want to know what's going on relative to that, you can look under governance, and there's all of our board meetings minutes and members and what their activities are all listed in there as well. So there's the app. I would just recommend that you take some time when you are when you have a few minutes and just kind of go through it. There's a lot of good information and it's super easy to use. So like I said, even though we didn't have the videos today, I think you're all probably very intelligent people, women, and can, and if not, or if it's hard, then I'm sure your daughters could probably help as well, because that's what mine does. Let's see. Lisa, did you want to talk about the next steps and upcoming events?
Yeah, in closing, we're looking forward ahead here, and the first thing we'd like you to do is log into the NCL website, and under your profile, just make sure everything's correct. You can't do this under the app. You have to go into the website. So for some reason to access your profile. So it is, like Kristen was saying, it's pretty. You'll see profile, you click on there, make sure we have your phone numbers and your contact information correct. And then if you would add a picture to your profile, that would be awesome. There's also some forms to sign, and it's under requirements. So it's another heading that you'll just click on, and there's 4 forms for you. There's like, let's see, there's the agreement form, there's like a medical emergency release form, photo release form, hold harmless. There's also one for your TikToker as well under her name. It's a TikToker agreement, so you might want to make sure that's signed as well. Coming up, we'll be sending out, like Julie was saying, a sign-up genius for jobs. And so that probably will come out in the next couple of weeks, so expect that in an email. And we encourage you to sign up for something that interests you, a committee or a job role. We have a patroness meeting coming up in May on the 16th. We're doing yoga and meditation in the park. The park is to be determined, I think. I still believe it's not up on the calendar. It's on the calendar and you can sign up for it, but the details aren't updated quite yet. But you might want to take a look at that and join us if you can. There will be a short Zoom meeting ahead of time, maybe 15 minutes. Well, at 3:30, there'll be a Zoom meeting. And so we really won't start the yoga until 3:45. And the Zoom meeting is to approve our budget that's coming up. You're welcome to join, but again, since you're provisionals, you won't be able to vote on that. And then our TikToker welcome meeting and their orientation, you'll get information about that upcoming soon. That should happen this month. And we've also organized a Provisional Gasworks Park cleanup for you and your daughters. So that should be really fun to see everyone in person. And that's scheduled for the 6th of June. And so, yeah, like Kristen was saying, just kind of familiarize with yourself with the website and the app, and sign up if you're wanting to go to any of these upcoming events. Make sure you sign up for both you and your TikToker. Lastly, I did want to mention that, this, because I was confused about this for a while, but some emails will come to you through our app. So it'll look like it's from corporate. It'll say NCL or National Charity League. And if it says Inc., that's corporate, and you'll get some of those, which you may or may not want to always read. But the ones that say Seattle, you'll say NCL, look kind of similar, but pay attention, because if it says this Seattle Metro chapter, you want to make sure you open that and read it. So just pay a little bit more attention when you get those. Chris and I are hoping to schedule a happy hour for all of you in August, and details of that will be coming as we know more about where we're going to do it and how that's going to work. And also we're going to try in the fall to have some coffee meetups. Just make sure you're able to, navigate the app fine. And if you have any extra questions or just want to meet up, we'll be planning a couple of those in the fall. So yeah, are there any other, I saw that someone had mentioned, someone from our board is on here, Heather, and I guess now when we're talking about the signups for job roles, I wanted to mention, because I neglected to mention this when I was talking about leadership roles, but when you do sign up for it, not this year, but eventually, when you want to take a board job, it'll be ultimately a 2-year commitment, because 1 year you'll be shadowing. Let's say like Kristen's doing with me. She's kind of shadowing, she's a co, or you on the board, or you can be elect. But the assumption is that you would take on that leadership position the following year. So when you're looking, ahead for that, know that that board job is really a 2-year commitment, shadowing as a co the first year and then taking it on as a lead the following year. So, and I'm looking to see, are there any questions that have come up? Trying to open the chat.
Yes, I had a question. This is Erin Snyder. I was on the app. I downloaded the app, and then it asks for either your email or your phone number. And if I enter either, it doesn't recognize me.
Did you get an email from Hillary, from our VP of membership? She sent some out. It was kind of a rolling emails that she sent out in the last month, and she gave everyone their username and their password.
Yeah.
You got that?
Yes.
Well, we can ask Hillary about that. Julie, are you still here? I mean, I'm.
You know what? I can check in with Hillary. I'll go online, because I'm on my phone right now, but
Yeah.
I can go on after, and it could probably be error on my side. I'll just go back and make sure I did everything right, and then I'll reach out to Hillary.
Yeah, you can reach out to Hillary. She might be able to help you with that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We'll get you in there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Lisa, I was thinking I could add Hillary's email, or is Hillary's email address to everybody? I can put it in the chat window as well.
Oh, that's good. Do you have it in front of you?
I'm looking it up right now on the app.
Email, right? I can do it as well.
Okay. I found her.
Okay.
I'll
Thank
add
you.
her.
Thanks, Julie.
Yes.
I will put in a plug for updating your profiles with your accurate information, you and your daughter's accurate information, because the TikToker groupings do tend to text. Imagine that. So it's super helpful to have their phone numbers in there if they have one, because they'll get pinged right away. And sometimes the girls will go, hey, we need help Saturday, or hey, my mom and I are doing this. Anybody else want to join in? So it's a great, easy way for them to extend themselves.
Anything else? Did we miss any other questions?
If I could break in for just a second. I had the same thing happen logging on to the app. And I had actually emailed Hillary a few weeks ago about it. And she said that our provisional membership doesn't actually begin until June 1st. And so that none of the links and the functionality will work until that date. So if that answers any questions.
Oh, good. That's good to know. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Well, we
Thank you.
finished in an hour. That was good. Thanks all for coming. It was really nice to meet you, and I hope you all come to the cleanup in June.
Great. Thank you for organizing.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Kristen and Lisa and Palin, you want to hang on for a minute? Okay. First of all, I wanted to say,
oh, hey, Heather.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was just listening in and stalking. You guys did a fantastic job. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, thanks, Heather.
I learned a few things too. Okay, okay. I don't really belong here, so I'm gonna go. Bye. Good job.
Hi, Heather.
you're welcome, Heather. We have one more, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenny.
Kristen, I think you might be able to drop her on your end.
Let's see.
She probably walked away from her computer.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay,
Hey,
guys.
wait, hold on. You're still recording, so.
Oh, yeah. Maybe turn that off.
I don't know how to unrecord because I wasn't the person who set up the recording.
Yeah,
so-
Cynthia set this up beforehand. Like, I think you can record it beforehand. Shoot. Maybe
Okay. I feel like